Hey everyone, welcome back to Silverrun Forest for the next episode in our Let's Play series. So we are now into July and all of our fields except the soybeans are now ready to harvest. So we've got quite a busy day of harvesting. I'm not sure if we'll get all of them done today, but we'll try and get as many done as we can. So first thing we're going to do is buy a new grain trailer, as we've got a lot further to transport our grain from the fields now. So I'm just going to go with the Wilson pay setter, as it's reasonably priced and I think it'll be more than big enough for what we need. Right, the actual boat is not far off being finished now for the next yacht boat. Oh, but that trailer was there and nearly crashed into it. So I'll get this parked up on this track down here. And get the cover open, just switch that off. Yeah, so the next boat is not far off being finished. It's got the last few wood beams, floor tiles and a bit of fabric left to go, so possibly we could be launching this today, which will be another 180,000. But yeah, while we wait for that and see if that's done, we'll make a start on getting this wheat harvested. We will leave this straw swath as well so we can get the straw baled up. We do need to keep a few straw bales now if we're going to get cows this winter. So we've got some bedding and then some straw to pad out the TMR when we come to mix that up as well. So I'm not sure what the yield on this field is going to be. 98% yield bonus it's currently got, so it's fully fertilised. Looks like it's been limed. I presume it's been rolled. Although yeah, it doesn't tend to get field rolled from the computer. But yeah, 98% yield bonus is not too bad, or yield, and then we got a slight crop rotation bonus as well from the crop rotation mod. But yeah, this is quite a big field for a little harvester. I was considering possibly upgrading the harvester, but I thought we'd use it for this 1 year and then we'll probably sell it once we finish the harvest and then look to get a new one for the harvest we do next year. Okay, so we're 95% full, not quite one full pass around the field, but not far off. We'll wait for this to get to 100 and then we'll go and grab the truck and the trailer and we'll get that unloaded. What I'm probably going to do is do one more pass around the headlands and then we'll set a worker off to go up and down, and while they do that then I'll probably go and grab the baler and start baling up some of the straw along the places where the bales aren't going to get in the way of the worker, just so we can get this done a little bit quicker. And so it's not a huge field by any stretch, but it's still a fair size, and we've got the oats, barley, which are tiny fields in comparison, and the canola fields are not that big as well. So yeah, this is the biggest field, so if we get this one done first, we'll get the straw baled up and then try and get the other two done. So we may try and get at least 2 of the fields done today, and then we may have to finish off the other 2 next time. So we may possibly do the wheat and the canola, but we'll see how we go for time. So that's the combine unloaded, so we'll get that started back up. So yeah, I'll probably finish this pass off, do one more on the headland, and then try and work out which is going to be the best way to set a worker off on in this field. It's a slight odd shaped field, so trying to work out which way the best way the worker is going to go may be a bit tricky. So then we can grab the baler and start baling up the straw. and then we just need to keep an eye on the worker for when it needs unloading. That's another 4 combine load, so we'll get this emptied. I'll just finish off that a little bit, so then we can set the worker off, and we'll go and grab the baler on the John Deere. Just check what this field needs. So it doesn't look like it needs lime or ploughing, so it should be okay for the next crop. We may look to upgrade the seed drill though. I think the little 6-metre one we've got may take quite a while to do this field, but I don't know what's really much in the way that a larger seed drill that will be suitable. I know there's the 8-metre bore goat. I don't know of many other seed drills that are kind of American style, so yeah, we'll have to have a look, see what we can find. So I'm trying to work out which is kind of the straightest edge. I may just set the work off from this end. Going 270 degrees right down the middle. So we'll set the work off there and see how it gets on. So yeah, we'll go and grab the John Deere and the baler, and we can start baling up some of the straw on these outer bits where they're not going to be in the way, and we'll leave the worker to carry on for a little bit. Okay, so we'll make start on baling up the straw. So try and get it in a worker. Just as we get out, the worker's got a full grain tank, so we'll need to go and get it unloaded first. Yeah, just trying to work out, because of how the angle is, it's going to be probably difficult to try and get the bales where they're not going to be in the way. Because he's probably going to have to turn at most of these headlands, so we don't really want to be dropping bales off on this side where it's going to block the worker. We'll get him unloaded, and then I'll try and work out which is the best way to go about getting the baling done. So far, yeah, probably not going to be far off. One more combine load after this, and we're going to have a full trailer load. So leave that to unload, and we'll go and make a start on the baling. So we have our first full trailer load of wheat, so we'll go and get this over to the silo, and then we can get back, probably unload the worker again, and then switch him over to the next section of the field, and then we can continue with the baling. Okay, so let's get this into our silo. Just trying to think which is the best way to get in there with this. As yeah, not that way. When I built this, I didn't expect to be getting such big equipment. I thought it was going to stay like with some smaller trailers and stuff, but yeah, slight change of plans. So we may need to just redo this entrance just to make it a little bit easier to get in with a longer trailer. Oh, there we go. We are just about in. get this unloaded. And we'll just check while we're here. I do think the chickens need topping up with their feed. Yeah, they've only got 625 litres left, so we'll have to do that today. The sheep are all fine. Their water could do being topped up today as well. So that's the first compartment unloaded. I'll just switch over to the rear one, get that unloaded. How's the silage bales doing? So they've now fermented, so we've got a few silage bales there. The grass is not fully grown yet, although it shows it's on 3 of 3, so I'm pretty sure there's one more visual stage on that. So yeah, before that dies off for winter, we'll get another cut on that for silage, just to top up the silage we've got, because I'm pretty sure we've got plenty of hay bales for what we need. So yeah, we'll get back, we'll get the combine unloaded again and then switched over to the next section, and then we can finish off the baling on that field. So the worker has finished this section now, so we'll get him unloaded, switched over to that side. It shouldn't take too long then to do this field. It's not taken as long as I thought it may have done, this combine. But yeah, definitely if we do one more harvest on these fields next year, definitely look to upgrade to get a slightly bigger one. Especially if we buy field 2 as well, so we'll own all of the farmland that's available on this map to purchase, plus the fields we've created ourselves. Well, that's empty, so we'll get the worker switched over and then we'll get all this finished off. And I think we'll move on to the canola field over in field 3 and get that one done today as well. I've got last little bit of straw to bale up, and the worker is just finishing off the last bit of the wheat harvest, so we can get the combine unloaded, get that into the silo, and then we'll head over to field 3 to get the canola all harvested. So far we've got 28 straw bales off this field. That'll be 29. It only seems to register them when they hit the ground. So plus another one, 30, and then we may get another one after that. So I think that's going to be way more straw than we're going to need. So we could potentially sell some and then keep a few, because I'm not planning on getting a lot of cows, probably only 10 to start with, and then we'll just let them reproduce from there. We'll get that unloaded. And that's switched off. I'll just quickly finish off the last of the straw. And then so we'll get the rest of the wheat into the farm silo, and then we can make a start on the next field. So I think we should be able to get all 4 fields harvested today. I don't know if we'll get time to collect up the straw bale, so we may have to just leave that, but if we can get the harvesting done, then that's one job out of the way. So last little bit of straw to do, and we'll see how many bales we get. We may get 31. It's going to be 30. Yeah, 31. Get that switched off from those 2 out. 31 and 2,847 litres left in there. We've still got the oat and the barley straw to bale up as well. So I'll go and get this into the silo, and then we'll crack on with the canola. Okay, so the wheat's all been dropped off, and we've got 68,541 litres in total, which isn't bad considering we only had to harvest it. So we didn't have to plant it or do any other additional field work. So it should bring us around about 60,000 when we come to sell that at its highest price over winter. Let's say next job is the canola. This is obviously a much smaller field, so it won't take as long, and we don't have the straw to bale up from this either. So potentially one of the projects we could look at doing is clearing a few trees from around this field and expanding it. Because there is a bit of space around that's a bit forestry that we could potentially clear and then expand the field out a little bit. Even that, there's a little bit of room just down this side where we could plough up and take the field just up to the edge of the trees a little bit. And field 1 as well that we've just harvested also has quite a lot of space around it that we could potentially plough up and extend that field a little bit as well for next year. So we've got plenty of options of what we can do and jobs to do and projects to do. That's the canola all done and the second field harvested for today. I'll get this one into the trailer. As I say, we'll take this back to the farm and empty, but I don't think we'll fill the front compartment, and I don't think the wheat or the barley or oat field will get more than 20,000 litres off either of those. So we may be able to fit one of those into the rear section before we go back to the yard. So yeah, that's the canola all done. Let's just quickly see how much we got in total. So only 18,486 litres, but obviously canola's worth a little bit more. Yeah, we'll get the combine over to our 2 fields that we created ourselves, and we'll get the barley. It really doesn't matter which way around. They both need doing, so we'll do one first, and then obviously get the whichever one we don't do first will be the last field to be done. I'll get this folded up. Yeah, so I'll get the combine over there and we can make a start on that. Okay, so we'll do the field that we're closest to first, which I think is the barley. I can't remember which way around we planted them. We'll try and get the header dropped off in between the 2 fields so we can connect it up. What I really should have done as well with this was put a track in between the 2 fields so we could access the road and then access that track from here, rather than having to go all the way around. But what I probably will do is... why is that not disconnecting? There we go. For some reason I couldn't disconnect the trailer. Yeah, what I should have really done was put that track in, but I think what we probably will do after we've harvested these 2 fields is we'll probably just join these as one big field now we've got the other 2. Because we've got the potential to buy field 2 as well, so we don't really need these as 2 separate fields from now on. So yeah, probably one thing we will do is join them together. We'll keep the track in so we can still access the field from the farm area. Get that one folded, turn the hazards off. It is unfolded. There There we go. And away we go with the next field of barley. Yep. So I need to switch the straw swath back on because we want to bale the straw up on this one. And hopefully we can fit all of what we get off this field in the other compartment of the trailer. Then we can take that back with the canola and get it into our silo. And then we'll just keep that until we get a better price for it and sell it. The barley we'll keep some of for the chickens, but the rest of the crops we can sell. We can also sell some of the barley because we've still got plenty left from last year's harvest as well. And it'll be interesting to see soon how different it's going to start looking when those trees we planted along here start growing. And then we'll start getting some more in of the different tree type once we know what gaps we've got left. And one thing I was thinking while I was doing that last time, and I said about doing different tree types, I did actually think to myself while I was doing it about it would be nice to do an area of planting the redwood trees, so the sequoias. And I had a comment left on the last video as well asking if I'd thought about doing that. And yeah, it's a bit coincidence that I'd thought about it myself. And somebody commented, apologies, I can't remember who it was that commented, but I thank you for your comment. So it is definitely something I want to do on here before we finish up, is to clear an area of trees somewhere on the map, but then replant it with the redwoods. So I think it'll be a nice thing to do somewhere on the map. So that's another project on the list of projects to do before we do finish up here on Silverrun Forest. Okay, we've just literally finished off the oats and we've managed to fit the entire field into the harvester. So I didn't need to go and unload the barley or the canola from the trailer, which we'll have to go and do now. And what I want to do as well is, just while we're on our way there, I just want to stop by the boatyard and just check on that, because we are coming close to 2 o'clock. I don't think it's going to be finished for this month. I think it's going to be next month, but we'll just quickly stop by there on the way and just check on the progress of it, so we don't miss it if it is going to be today. Okay, so we'll just quickly stop. As you can see, the one section of the sail's done. So I think it is on the final bit where it just... No, it's still got quite a bit to do. So I've still got 18 wood beams left to process, floor tiles 56 litres, and then the last 281 litres of fabric. So I don't think it's going to be this month, because we've only got an hour and 29 minutes left. So yeah, I don't think it's quite going to make the 2 o'clock cut off. So we'll probably be launching that next month in August, and then we can start work on the next one. Right, so we've got 17,437 litres of barley to go in the silo, along with the 18,486 litres of canola. I'll get the canola in first, and then we'll do the barley. So we've already got 16,951 litres of barley left from last year, so quite a lot of barley. We've got a decent amount of wheat we can sell as well, but not much in the way of oats. Plus over winter as well, we'll have the wood chips to sell, so we'll have quite a bit to sell off over the winter months. Let's get the barley in. Let's just check what we're going to be up to. So 34,388 litres of barley in total. I think we can probably sell around about 20,000 litres of that over winter. Don't think we'll need to keep much more than what'll be left after that. So we'll probably do one compartment full, which is around about 20,100 litres or so. So what we'll do, we'll go and get the oats at the combine, and we can get the combine put away. I'm just trying to think actually We've still got the soybeans to harvest this year, so we'll keep the combine until we've done that, and then we'll probably look to sell it. It does look like we've got a few pallets of fabric as well over at the spinnery, so we can get those delivered ready for the next boat. So what we'll do with the fabric is we'll probably deliver enough so it's got 3,600 litres for the next boat, and then we'll sell anything we get after that until we need to start delivering some again for the boat after the next one. So this is where I should have put a track straight down the middle here to join up, so we could have just drove straight through. I'll get this unloaded. So yeah, I'll get this unloaded, I'll get it in the silo, get the combine back, and then we can get this straw baled up. So all the oats are in the silo, the combine's back at the yard waiting to be cleaned off. And I've just parked up the lorry and trailer. One thing we will need to do over winter is get somewhere set up so we can store the trailers, especially the grain trailer, and some of the other trailers we'll need for the farm work. So, and then we can keep the forestry trailers separate. So we'll get this unfolded and switched on and lowered down, and then we'll get the straw all baled up from the barley and the oats. Last strip of straw to bale up. I'll just have a check. So we're up to 45 bales plus the one that's on the back, and then yeah, I don't think we're going to quite get another one. Maybe a little bit short. 87 litres. Get that switched off and get that unloaded. So 46 bales and 87% of another one. And I don't think we've got any straw other than that tiny little bit there left. So yeah, we're not going to get another bale out. That is one good thing about this baler, is it does have a nice good pickup on it, so it does a good job of picking up all the straw. I find with a lot of the base game balers, the pickup's quite narrow on them, and you do tend to leave a lot of straw behind, which looks a little bit messy. So just get that switched back off. So yeah, the boat will be finished this month, but obviously we've missed the window now for launching, so that'll be something we'll do next month, which will be another 180,000 into our bank account. And I checked the financial page, and we're currently making around about £62,000 per month from the automatic selling of the various products we've got. We'll go try and remember where I actually put the baler. We'll put it in back in the shed. Yeah, so we're making roughly around about 62,000 per month. As you can see, I think over the last few hours we're up to 415,000. So one thing I do want to try and invest in soon is a larger tractor with a bit more horsepower. Definitely try and get a larger seeder. Possibly upgrade the plough as well, because if we're going to extend some of the fields, and we're going to get a tractor with larger horsepower, So we could definitely look to try and get a larger plough as well to do that with. So yeah, we're just going to quickly clean the combine off and get this put away. We don't need this again now, probably till October, November time when the soybeans are ready. And then we'll sell this one, and the next year we'll buy a new one for harvest, which possibly may be the last harvest. So next in-game year may be the last year we do on here. So I estimate we're going to be up to around about episode 30. So I don't think I'm going to continue much beyond that. But we'll see how it goes over the next in-game year, how views are going on the videos as well. I really wish that warning didn't come up until you got to within a metre. It's a bit annoying that it comes up with 5 metres. Right, let's get that put back. So we'll get this put in the shed. And then before we do finish up today, so I'll get all these straw bales collected up for next time. I'm going to keep a good stack of them, but we'll sell a few. We've got 46 in total. We don't need to keep 46. So we could possibly look to keep 16 and sell 30 of them. I think 16 should be more than enough what we're going to use them for. It may even be way more than we need, but I think selling 30 is a nice round number. So we'll get that dropped off there. And we'll just park this up next to it. So that's that away for a few months. And yeah, the last job for today is one I didn't expect we would be doing today. I thought we was going to still be a few months off. But when I went to check the boat, I thought I'll just check the roller coaster as well. And I discovered that it is complete. So we have completed the roller coaster. All the fencing has gone, all the boxes have gone. So it's all opened up now. So we can go for our first ride on the roller coaster. I don't know if we need to buy a ticket. Or this, no, it's just a coffee store. Well, there's nobody in there, no coffee machine. I want my espresso. I don't think getting an espresso just before you go on a roller coaster is a good idea. So yeah, this is all now opened up. You think it's safe in your pocket, but the ride always wins. The smashed up mobile phones that have fallen out of people's pockets. That's a nice touch. I'll be honest with you, the last time I went on a roller coaster I didn't even own a mobile phone. It's been that long. So I have no idea how we actually ride this. Oh, there we go. So here's our first ride on the roller coaster, Silverrun Forest. I've been looking forward to this. As I say, I didn't expect it to be ready this month. I thought it was still a few months off with a few more stages. But it's a nice weather for it. Nice clear skies, sun's out. Get some nice views of our farm. So here we go. I didn't expect that building to have appeared. So now down the big dip and then round the corkscrew. Seems very rickety. And there we go, back into the station. So not a very long ride. But it's quite a cool feature to see. And it was so that we've put all the progress in, we've put all the work in to cut the trees down to take the lumber to the sawmill to produce the pallets and deliver them here so it can all be completed. So apparently if you ride it 15 times you get super strength. Obviously on PC that's not really something we need, but I don't know if that is actually an actual thing or not, but I don't intend on sitting here 15 times. But yeah, there's the roller coaster all done and completed. So yeah, it was a nice fun project to do. Quite a nice feature and add-on as well to give you something to work towards on this map. What we're going to do is just put on just put flight mode on, we can have a look around. So we've got like building like the boat builders, what you go through. The watchtower, which has been built up as well. You can get nice views over the bay. Yeah, so it's a shame there wasn't a few more steps where this slowly built up, but it kind of just went from nothing here to boom, finished. So that's why I didn't expect it to quite be done just yet. But that is the roller coaster on Silverrun Forest, all done and complete. And we've done our first ride on it, so I presume now that this is no longer a sell point, so it's probably disappeared from the list of products. Yep, it's no longer showing up now. So yeah, we'll leave it there for today. So we've got all our fields harvested except the soybeans, which aren't quite ready yet, and the straw's all baled up. So we've got quite a bit done. What I do want to do is, we'll look to extend this field because there's quite a big grass verge around this, so we can extend this field a little bit before we get planted up. We'll probably do this one of possibly canola. Field 3, I think that may be one we'll replant in the spring, so possibly over winter we'll look at trying to clear some of these trees to extend this field out a little bit. And then these two fields I want to join together now they've been harvested. And there is also just down this end here, there's a few more small trees I may clear just so we can extend that bit out and kind of extend on this little bit that sticks out here. And then we'll put that as one big field, or well, one field. Poplars probably aren't going to be ready until next year because I think they've still got a way to go. And we'll have our second boat launch next time as well. So I hope you have enjoyed this episode. If you have, then please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Really do appreciate that. And if you've not yet subscribed to the channel, then please do consider subscribing. We've got more Farm Simulator 22 videos coming with this series, the time-lapse series, and also the live streams as well once a week. So again, a big thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.